Hello, hello, hello. Hello everyone, sorry it's another Final Fantasy XIV stream today. Just, once we get into this season, it's like back-to-back holiday events in Final Fantasy XIV. We had the big patch, we had the summer event, and then we had did we have the how far back? Now we have like the anniversary event, and then like I think the next one should just be Halloween, unless they have a surprise for us this month. But with the way things are going with Final Fantasy, I doubt it right now. Hello 99 Prisma Balloons, hello Ematron, hello anyone else out there lurking right now. Going to the beach a bit late today. Summer is like kind of technically already over, but I don't know, fuck it. It's still hot as hell. I'm still sweating my balls off. To be as crude as possible, it's fucking hot. I haven't been motivated to do anything, so I'm sorry. Making excuses, as always, for my shit stream schedule and me not really streaming a whole lot lately. But, that's just kind of how it be during summer. Shit's getting really fucking hot, and it's really, really hard to motivate myself to do anything. And, I got some bad news. I was, like, brushing my teeth today, and I noticed, like, yeah, one of my back molars is cracked. I'm like, oh, great, fantastic. More dental trauma in my future. God, I guess I grind my teeth when I sleep or whatever, so, yeah, I'm not happy. I'm not in a good mood today, but I need to go ahead and get this Final Fantasy event out of the way. And a new patch drop today, too. One of the mini patches that adds some new content that's part of the main line. Well, it's not part of the main story, but it's like a piece of main content within Dawn Trail that's like exclusive to the Dawn Trail expansion, the Cosmic Exploration, which here we're at the beach now. Whoa, transition is just like too rough. I gotta like figure out what to do with that. Anyways, yeah, more space exploration. When that Cosmic Exploration stuff first came out, it was balanced horribly. It was awful. It was dog shit. It was really bad content, I want to say. They've made a lot of adjustments since to kind of fix it and make it not as bad. So, yeah, they kind of they took the criticisms and balanced it a little bit better and made it less of a pain in the ass to do. And that's nice. It's a chunk of a lot of vanity rewards and all that, so it's not content you want to miss. It's not content you want to sit out on. It's kind of like World of Warcraft used to have the event, like the Encourage Gate. It's kind of like one of those kinds of things where everyone's accumulative efforts go into building up a base on the moon and whatever. And then the whole idea is we're gonna go to other planets and establish more bases and farm materials on there. And yeah, Final Fantasy, what the fuck is this sci-fi shit? Yeah, it was annoying content when it first came out, but I still did it anyways. And I'll be doing this content as well. I'm not really too crazy in the crafting and gathering on Final Fantasy XIV. I find it a little bit like cumbersome, like, would that be the proper term? Cumbersome? Where it just overwhelms you. There's too many materials that you need to make stuff. It just turns into a chore because you're rolling items into other items and then those items into other items. And then you finally have all the materials. It's like all the raw material shit. Like, I don't know. It overwhelms me. I'm not a huge fan of Final Fantasy XIV crafting, if I gotta be real with you. A whole lot of other things have happened with Final Fantasy XIV. Mare, whatever the fuck it's called, that mod basically got cease and desist. It got nuked. So now people can no longer treat Final Fantasy XIV like iMove or Second Life. I don't know why Final Fantasy XIV, of all games, they decided to like take refuge in and do this kind of shit with. Honestly, fucking just install VR chat and make your own avatars. It's got everything you would want from Final Fantasy, but better and actually like built in to the fucking game. So why I don't know, everyone's like up in arms. It's, you know, these are people that either have like free accounts, they're not paying a monthly subscription. They're just using Final Fantasy as a method of club life, ERP. It's so funny though. Like, I don't know. Me and modders, I don't really enjoy the idea that people are modding the game so much that they are destroying the artistic integrity of it, to the point where a modded character doesn't look like it belongs to the game at all. Like, at that point, like, just say it. You hate how the game looks. You don't want to play Final Fantasy XIV. Mary, whatever the fuck it's called. What it essentially does is it synchronizes mods up. You get a code that is your character, someone else gets a code, or like you could just have it automatically download everyone's mare if it detects them. And basically it synchronizes all the mods and downloads and replaces their models, and basically they can use it to equip cash shop items that they didn't actually buy, or legendary weapons that they didn't earn, which is how Yoshi P addressed it in the letter he put out. Basically, people are getting way too fucking comfortable with modding, and they're being too bold. They're posting this shit in public. They're using official tags. They're using official forums. They're sharing stuff that's like obviously modded, even though the devs have for the longest time been like, hey, you know, it's cool and all if you want to make your characters naked and all that, but, you know, don't post this shit in public. Don't use our official tags. Don't bring any negative attention to the game. And people got too stupid. They got too brave. They got too cocky. And now, you know, that got slapped with a cease and desist. And there's other people scrambling to replace it, but I don't think there's a proper replacement out there yet. But I'm not a modder, so I don't care. I don't mess around with that shit. I kind of like Final Fantasy XIV the way that it is. But there's been a massive exodus of players, quote unquote, and they've kind of like fucked off. And the market board suddenly is recovering. I want to say like near the, like during Endwalker during the beginning of Dawn Trail up until this recent patch, the market boards have been awful. People aren't buying stuff as much. People aren't doing content because here's the problem. When you have a mod that synchronizes the way characters look, the outfits and everything, it's a demotivator to do content, because what's the fucking point of limiting yourself to what is available in-game to make a cool outfit when you could just mod it yourself and then everyone else will see it? It's like, okay, well, people aren't going to be buying armor off the market board. People aren't going to be crafting the nice sets that like get released and all that. There's a lot of ways that it negatively impacts the gameplay, is what I want to say. Like, it's hard for me to formulate what I want to, how to properly explain this. But this is like all stuff that I just kind of noticed. Like, yeah, it's basically giving people the keys to the car and being like, all right, well, have fun with that. It kind of like takes the keys away from the devs. So if no one's crafting the glamour armor, no one's buying it, no one's selling it, people could just mod it onto their characters and not actually and have everyone else see them in it even though they don't own it. That really kind of destroys the whole metaverse aspect of an MMO, and that's like, I've been someone who's played MMOs pretty much my entire life, and using what's in the MMO is a way of expression and fitting within that universe. And I've always just like, I don't know, the concept of like what modding became in Final Fantasy XIV is what pissed me off a lot. Basically, it's some effed up fanboy erasure. Nah. Hey, Pokey. What else was I gonna say? He worded the letter really funnily, because he's like, if there was a theoretical mod out there that let you see your character, like he knows what's going on. He knows, but the way he has to officially word it is so fucking hilarious. He's like, if there's a theoretical mod out there that makes your character naked. He can't just outright say, yeah, I know you guys are like fucking gooning and giving your female Rogadin a giant Fuda cock and stuff like that, and making them 10 feet tall, and you're making your cat boys into like fucking bara muscle e-boys or whatever. Like, it's insane. They know about the mods, but dumbasses won't stop reporting themselves. Exactly, pretty much. It's one thing to do it in the privacy, and you know, it's just local, so you're the only one that's seeing it, but when everyone else can see what you look like I said, it starts affecting the market in the game. It starts affecting what people are crafting and the content they're doing. You don't need to earn your vanity stuff anymore if you could just cheat the system. It is like cheating in a way. It's basically taking a social element out of the game, and it's erasing like actual expression within the means of the game itself. And you know, if you're someone like me who doesn't mod the game, and you're on a server of everyone who's just modding the game around you, it's like I'm the only person in the pool who didn't pee. It's like everyone else is pointing and laughing at me, and like they're surrounded in pee, and I'm in the only little speck of blue water in the middle, going like, guys, don't laugh and point at me. No, it's like I'm the freak. Oh, yeah, I move or whatever the fuck it's called mods. It looks so tacky. I don't get why people modded their characters to look like this shit. Can I show you an example? Let me like. This should be fine. This is like what people started making their Final Fantasy XIV characters look like, and you're like, oh my god, his nipples are covered up just a bit. It's fine. And then I guess this is fine. I guess this is fine. You have mods like this. I think that's a mod. I don't know if that's Photoshop, but amalgamations. But yeah, thankfully Mare is dead now, or Mare, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I've heard so many people call it like Mare, and it just, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. But yeah, that whole scene of Final Fantasy XIV is dead. People are protesting, people are leaving the game, and I don't know. In my opinion, good. I like, you're not playing the game, you're not doing the content. You're just kind of being a free account parasite and doing all your socializing with third-party tools and messengers and discords anyways, so you're not really contributing anything to the game other than inflating the numbers, and the devs are seeing those numbers thinking that their game is doing so good, and then, you know, it actually isn't. If Final Fantasy XIV dies as a result of this, I don't care. It frees me from my shackles. I don't have to play Final Fantasy XIV anymore. I could officially quit MMOs for the rest of my life. I don't know. I saw people digitally picketing when the news dropped. Yeah, they bought up all the torches on the market board and decided to like fucking stand in the line. It's like, oh, cute. But you know, you guys are kind of you guys are kind of doing the thing that you were asked multiple times not to do, and you were warned so many times, and you fucking did it anyways. It's kind of like the whole situation where first rule of Fight Club, only rule of Fight Club or whatever, you don't fucking mention Fight Club or whatever. Just don't fucking talk about it. Don't spread the news. But people were using an illegal way to experience the game to the point it was essentially encroaching on the actual game itself. And that's like what sucks. It was having an effect on the game. It's inflating the numbers. It's affecting the market. The, you know, in-game markets and everything. Who cares the fucking cash shop shit or whatever, but what the how Square Enix works is, you know, all their money that they make from the expansion gets funneled into their single player games. And then the cash shop shit is like how they fund the rest of the game for, you know, with whatever money they have left over from making the main expansion and all that. So it's a tricky place. Game deving is pretty rough, pretty, like, I can't imagine how fucked it is. And, you know, the industry having massive layoffs right now. Everything is kind of like everything is up in flames. The world's in a really weird place right now. Yeah, I've bitched and complained enough about this shit. But yeah, last time I streamed Final Fantasy XIV, that's when it kind of like that news dropped, and I'm like, holy shit, wait, what? So I guess now is just a good time to kind of just talk about it. And yeah, my thoughts is it doesn't affect me, so I honestly don't care. Well, actually, it does affect me, because I've been noticing now that, like, when I gather my daily maps, they're no longer like my treasure maps. It's something you could do in Final Fantasy XIV. You grab a map from a gathering node, and you list it on the market board, and, you know, in the past, before Mary existed, I could usually sell a map daily for like 40k, 50k, but ever since Marriott became a thing, the treasure map stuff, you know, they were dropping below 10k. No one even like wanted to buy them anymore, really do that content. It was getting harder to sell some things on the market board, from my perspective. And the moment they just kind of, you know, they kind of killed it off, I noticed, like, wait, the prices of things are going up for treasure maps? And that makes me happy, because that means I make more money on a daily basis, just gathering something easy. And then that probably also means more people will be crafting in-game glamours and outfits that were expensive and didn't depreciate in value, because, like, no one was buying them and no one was doing the content. So what existed was just kind of sitting there, and it was retaining its value because there was no market demand for it as much. Do you get what I'm trying to say here? Like, that's like allowing people to make their character look like whatever the fuck they wanted to. What's the point of armor? What's the point of weapons? Just run around naked. Don't even fucking play the game. It really like killed the fashion and market, in my opinion. Someone out there will disagree. Someone out there will probably send me death threats because I am talking shit about Final Fantasy XIV mods. Whatever. Let's hop into Final Fantasy XIV's The Rising event, because yeah, it's been the anniversary of the game, and you know, everything's on fire right now. Oh my god. I'll hang out down here. My usual little nest. And here he is, the wandering minstrel. Well now, if it isn't my adventurer friend Rickubus, it could only be a blessing from the navigator that we should meet again here and now. You see, I have been struggling to find inspiration for a new song to perform this rising. I have a mind to speak with the locals, for their tales, for which I could use your able assistance. Might you be willing to accompany me? I am truly grateful. During the rising, we remember those we lost in the calamity, even as we turn our attention to a brighter future. 'Tis my hope to hear a tale that inspires one and all to look forward. Now then, there's no better place for talk in Limsa Lominsa than the Drowning Wench. Let us first seek out the barkeep, Bateron, and see if he has aught of interest to share. I guess one more thing to like mention about like Mare. How that was like actually affecting roleplay communities. It actually kind of destroyed legitimate roleplay communities because people will just be like, oh, hey, they whisper you a code or whatever, and then you're like, oh, I don't play the game modded, and then they lose all interest in doing any like roleplay stuff. Yeah, there's like been times where I just stand around minding my own business and someone just whispers me a fucking Mare code and I'm like, hey, what? Wait, what? Huh? I don't roleplay. Why are you whispering me your ERP mod code, you know? It's, yeah, it was also a double-edged blade because there is the player scope mod that was basically a back end into seeing everyone's alts and doxing their alts and invading player privacy. And because everyone bitched and complained, and that got all the attention that it did, you know, that kind of gave Square Enix the... what I'm pretty sure is Mare, I've heard, does the same exact thing. Snavel Grove Dev, thank you for the follow. Mare basically did the same exact kind of thing, where it exploited the same thing that Player Scope did. So technically, it's like a monkey paw. You kind of got what you wanted. They killed off Player Scope, but now, you know, they came for Mare, so I guess, you know, they kind of shot themselves in the foot there, I guess. Whatever. There's so much drama in this game, and the community is like pretty insane sometimes. Like, listen, I like Final Fantasy XIV. I play it a lot in my spare time, but I kind of stay far away from the community. I'm not someone that really socializes or participates. MMOs for me are kind of a lonely activity, sadly, but I like to be around other people, and I like the opportunity to make friends, but it doesn't happen. That's like what kind of like makes me sad. And you know, of course, Discord being the thing that it is now, no one even wants to communicate in games anymore. Because you piss off the wrong person, they're going to report you to a GM, and then, you know, 3 strikes, you're banned forever. That kind of shit. And, you know, I can't blame people for not wanting to communicate anymore in video games, because, you know, this used to not be a problem in MMOs, but now anything you do, anything you say will piss someone off. Like, a few months ago, I got reported for trolling. They didn't tell me what my offense was, but I didn't fucking talk to anyone in the game, so I don't know. I fucking queued into a trial, maybe, and had, a few pieces of gear that weren't up to standard or something, and someone got really petty and angry and maybe reported me over that. Or, you know, we still killed the boss, we killed the trial, and I got reported. Or, you know, I'm doing PvP and I'm standing around protecting a rock that I just have to stand there and stop people from clicking on it. Very boring, not exciting battleground PvP mode, but, you know, if I'm just standing around, You know, it kind of looks like I'm AFK, even though that's like what a lot of the fucking PvP is just AFK, wait for thing to happen or spawn, and then go to that objective and then do it, and wait for new objective, you know? It's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. So, I don't know, I guess as like my warning or first strike, I don't know anymore. I kind of like tried to ask like, hey, what did I do? What can I do better to correct it? And I didn't get an answer. They just said, trolling. That was it. I'm like, good. I learned nothing from this experience. And yeah, good report system. Good GM. Good GM. Really teaching your player base a proper lesson in. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, let's stop being a petty asshole. Oh, come on, what's the harm? What's the harm? You'll get yourself killed. That's the harm. I ain't letting one young sign up. Why do you wants to become an adventurer so badly anyway, Archa? There's this place I need to go to. The problem is the Yellow Jackets won't let a child leave the city alone. But if I was an adventurer, I'd be responsible for myself. I could go anywhere I please, whenever I please. So please, let me sign up. It ain't that simple, lass. I've got a responsibility to those I sign up. If I let someone that's clearly unprepared lead out there and they're end up or word fucking pirate speak, I won't be able to live it down. And don't even get me started on the damage it'd cause the guild's reputation, so you can forget about signing up until you're older, much older. But it has to be now, during the Rising. Why do you have to be so responsible? It comes with age, lass. Now run along and get yourself home. Is everything well? Ah, sorry, you had to see that. The little cub's bent on becoming an adventurer, but I said no and sent her on her way. Still, I can't help but worry. She doesn't strike me as the sort to give up so easily. True that. Wouldn't surprise me a whit if she tried to sneak out anyway. I hate to impose, but if you reckon you could keep an eye on Archa, I'd do it myself, but I can't up and leave the tavern. Sorry, buddy, it's not that kind of stream. It's not that kind of stream. I'm sorry. This is me playing video games. This isn't me role-playing and, like, doing stuff like that. I'm sorry. I mean, dragons and T-Rexes are cool. The timing of the rising seems to be of the essence to the little one. Intriguing, would you not agree? Let us ask her about that. I'm in your debt. Now the nearest city's exit is the Tempest Gate, over by the Aft Castle. I'd suggest ye begin by talking to Clindriel, the sentry yonder. I probably need to get rid of the vor tag on the stream at this point. It's not wrong, but like, it's kind of like using the schizophrenia tag as a joke, and then someone comes in and says, "Oh, I actually have schizophrenia too," and you're like, "Oh no, now I feel bad." The lowlands of La Nocia await you on the other side of the Tempest Gate. At Bauderin's behest, you say. As it happens, a girl of that description did come through just a moment ago. She was at the heels of a Mikote peddler, so at the glance one might think of them as parent and child, but the way she kept stealing glances behind her made me suspicious. So I alerted my comrade, a yo-yo outside, and I expect she's stopped the little one for questioning. If you're worried, you should seek her out. Our thanks for the information. We shall find your comrade at once. Wait, did I remove the Vor tag? No, it's still there. It's still there. It's still there. I don't know. It's like the one tag that like actually works for discovery on Twitch. You guys know me with my 8/8 streams and my mental illness and my love for Sayako, so. Oh, the schizo tag. Yeah, I got rid of the schizo tag, because that was just like one of those, you know, everyone fucking had it for a while. And then, like, when I had someone enter the stream and saying, like, legitimately, oh, I have it too, I'm like, oh no, now I feel bad. Yeah. Well now, if it ain't the good minstrel and our kindly helper, pleasure to see the two of ye again. Ripping's a year today. So Baudrin sent ye after the little one. I was just about to ask her what she's up to. Archa, was it, dearie? Even without others telling ye ought to know it's dangerous out here. And what is it that ye want to do so badly, ye'd risk your life like this? There's something I need to see. It doesn't matter if it's dangerous. I have to go. We understand that you have your reasons, Archa. I don't even know how to fucking pronounce that name. Archa? Even so, we cannot in good conscience allow you to wander the wilds alone. So here, I would make a proposal. Rather than becoming an adventurer, why not employ the service of one? With a dependable adventurer at your side, you would be able to reach your destination safely. This, I believe, is your best option. What was that ringing? Another player doing something in the background? Oh, that's probably like my hunt link shells. I have them so that they play a little alert sound anytime the link shell is posted in. But I don't have any money, and what adventurer would you want to help a child anyway? Why, our friend here, of course. If you're happy with this humble vagrant. I shall be glad to provide suitable recompense in Archa's stead. Well, a part of me hopes that this will lead to inspiration for a song. Above all, I feel compelled to lend a helping hand. You'll really help me? Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad it worked out for you. But as a client, there's something you need to bear in mind. That is, you've got to give the adventurer your trust. Be honest with what exactly it is you need, and he'll be able to help you all the better. I believe minstrel means like a singer, like a bard. And that's technically like what he is, and that's what his thing is that he does in the game. Is he like makes songs and tells tales. And that's how a lot of extreme trials are unlocked. It's a reimagined retelling of a tale to make it more quote-unquote epic. Like an actual epic in proper use of the word epic. So that's why the extreme trials have new mechanics, they're much more deadly, because it's a reimagining of what actually happened. The place I want to go is to is a lighthouse here in Lower La Nocia. It's named for one of the 12. I heard a rumor from a kid in town, you see. He told me that the ghosts appear there during the rising. They're supposedly lighthouse keepers who died in the calamity, and they spirit children away to the realm of the dead. But that's got to be nonsense, and I want to prove it. Oh, the 2 lighthouses in the area. Oshan's torch is the one as civilians can is the only ones as civilians can get to. Don't recall hearing nothing about ghosts though. I can't help but be curious, so I'll come along. Having a yellow jacket with E ought to make things easier, I reckon. That's outside of a skirmish anyways. Being a cannoneer, I'm more at home blasting things from a distance. If we run into any angry fiends on the road, they're all yours. I used to be a bard, but now I'm a pictomancer. So, what's your name, adventurer?
It's Rickubus Incubus.
Rickubus Incubus. I'll remember that. Thank you so much for helping me. We'll go to Osun's torch, and we'll see if the rumor about the ghost is true. Are you ready to go, Rickubus? As much as I'd like to accompany you, someone should return to the drowning wench to apprise Badoran of these developments. Besides, to hear your accounts afterwards, what you've learned and felt will also bring unique inspiration. I wish you an I wish you an enjoyable and insightful excursion. Oh, is the stream dying? I guess it is. Right, to begin with, Owie ed wet east to the Madman Bridge. It'll give Archa a chance to see the sights. The path can be steep in places, so take care you don't take a tumble now. I'll be fine, don't worry. Let the adventure begin. I'm still, like, connected to the game. Pretty sure it's still fine. Like, can I actually... Yeah, everything's, like, functioning fine. Okay, I see movement now, so I guess the stream's back. Hopefully it didn't, like, alert everyone twice. Okay, we're fine, we're fine. It paused for a second. Yeah, I don't know why it did that. You guys will probably be a little bit more behind now if you chat with me, unfortunately. Look, a river. And there's some sort of strange animal. We sometimes see children out this way with their folks, but I take it you've never been? Actually, I have. It was a long time ago, though, before my parents died in the calamity. It's alright. I like it at the orphanage. Everyone's really nice and I have lots of fun. That'd be the Lemalian Shoals, I take it. An orphanage run by a former Sanjuine siren. In case he wasn't aware, a fine place by all accounts. If that's where Archer's from, I'll have one of me comrades contact her caretakers. Wouldn't do to let them think she's missing. Right then, next we'll make for Oshon's Embrace. Up this ear ill, take it slow so you don't wear yourself down. They really need to do something to, like, get people out in the world again in Final Fantasy XIV, because unfortunately it is just a visual novel with light MMORPG elements to it, but there's, like, no reason ever for anyone to go out into the world and do fates like this. They're just too repetitive. They're not rewarding. What I would like to see them do is kind of like go back and add rewards for bicolored gemstones to each of these zones. Like, I don't know, but then I don't think that would really fix the issue much at all either. I'm not sure. There is like a really hard thing for MMO game devs to do, is just make people care about the games, because like once you get to the end game, it's just, people just sit around in the cities. It's not really the developers' fault, I want to say. It's just that communities and gamers have just changed so much since like MMOs are like king of the market. And now it's just kind of like, yeah, no, everyone just socializes on Discord and AFKs in cities and does endgame content. Worlds don't really exist anymore, and there's no reason to do content that people think is outdated or whatever. And whatever the devs try and do, it never really revitalizes it. It's kind of like sad in a way. Yeah, hello Orbert, and thank you for the gifted game on Steam. I appreciate it. Thank you. Whoa, we're so high up. This is amazing. I felt the same way when I looked out from here for the first time. I felt this, oh yeah. The bridge was built where a tidal wave sundered the land during the calamity. It's a symbol of all our people's determination to rise above tragedy. Miss Dorothea, that's the headmistress, said that we Lomensians would work hard because we hate to lose and like what we do. What about you, Rickubus? Do you like being an adventurer? I'd rather not work at all, to be honest. Really? I guess it's not so simple. Well, my parents liked what they did, I think. When the calamity struck, they didn't run away. They were they were noble souls, Miss Dorothea said. Hello, Mechanic Cat. Did I ever check out Dig Night? No, I haven't been checking out anything. Like I said, I've just, summer's been too hot. I've been too depressed, and now with a chunk of my back molar basically missing. The past few nights I was like eating dinner, and like I noticed like hard chunks in the food. I'm like, huh, it must be gristle. No, that was one of my back molars, the tooth chipped and all that. So yeah, there's a little bit of discomfort from me talking, because it's like rubbing up against my gum cheek connecting tissue or whatever you call that. And I imagine that's gonna scratch it up. Yeah. Dental trauma is in my future once again. I'm gonna have to like try and find some sort of like probably gonna have to get a crown on it if I had to imagine. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Anyways, let's continue. After I drink this water. Thank you, Mechanic Cat. Yeah, it'd suck if they had to pull the tooth completely. I'm gonna be looking like a pirate myself soon. Nah, not really missing teeth or anything, but I mean, it just sucks. It sucks if they have to pull a tooth. It's like one of those really back there hard to like get the back of the tooth because of how embedded in the gums it is. So it kind of makes sense that would be the one that would fucking She promised to tell me everything one day, but I don't know how to feel when they're all gone. I can't find the words. I want to be a good client, though, so I'll think on it. It doesn't, like, hurt or anything. It's just a little bit of, like, very dull discomfort, but it's not like, like I'm not in constant pain from it. It's just, I can feel something's wrong. But it's nothing like immediate. But just knowing in my brain that I saw it the way that it is, like, has me all kinds of fucked up and depressed right now. Yeah, it's not root canal territory. It's just, you know, the top layer of the enamel or whatever. Seems Archa got something she needs to get off her chest. I wanted to verify the rumor. Mayhaps she, but there's no use speculating. Come on, let's press on. Sorry to trauma dump about this shit, but fucking me and dental trauma are just fucking, we go hand in hand. My teeth genetics suck. Soft teeth run in the family. If I have to get a root canal, I'm just gonna kill myself. Fuck. I hope it's not a root canal. I hope it's just something like a fucking crown. That there's Ocean's torch. What are two lighthouses, or what a name for gods. The lighthouse keeper's a bloke named Roshne. You can ask him about ghosts and anything else you like. Lighthouse keeper. So about the reason why I want to know about the ghosts. My father and mother were lighthouse keepers, you see, but they disappeared during the calamity and were never found. When I heard the rumor, I thought that maybe, just maybe, they were the ones haunting the lighthouse. So that's why you want to prove the rumor wrong. You couldn't stand people thinking your parents were doing terrible things. Aye, but a part of me wishes that the rumor was true. Then I'd be able to talk to my parents again. So there's so many things I'd like to ask them. Well, whatever the truth is, we'll find out soon. Let's keep going. Yeah, I saw the story going there as well. Like, oh, ghost, and she's an orphan. So yeah, her parents were lighthouse keepers. And a similar experience with wisdom teeth 15 years ago. I have all my wisdom teeth out. I'm pretty sure I have all of them out. I think I got the bat. Like, all 4? Unless they were just the top ones? I don't know. Actually, But no, I think this is like one of the teeth that you won't want to lose. If I have to get it pulled, I'm gonna... It's okay, I'm never gonna be in a relationship. I'm never gonna, like, be attractive, so it's fine. I already had to, like, on the... Is this too much information? One of my back top left teeth, the one furthest back, they're pretty common teeth, I hear, to, like, lose, unfortunately. But that was one that I had to get pulled because it was just... You know, when it's way in the back and it's packed up against the gums, those ones are so fucking hard to, like, keep clean and take care of. I'll get through this. I don't know. This year has, like, fucking sucked. This is a terrible, shitty year. I fucking hate it. I've dropped the ball with everything in, like, VTubing and streaming. I'm not, like, fucking doing anything of value with myself this year at all. And so, like, I've just, like, I don't know, I've just, like, felt really shitty this year, too. Like... I've had a friend try to commit suicide twice this year on me, so... That's, That's something that, like, kind of mentally fucked me up this year. So I haven't been taking the best care of myself. But I don't really like talk about it too much or anything, but that's like what has been like one of the things that have like really mentally fucked with me this year, and kind of like led me to like falling into like a really fucking deep depression. So I can't go in like any more into it or whatever, but you know, just things suck. Year sucked. It's been a lonely year. It's been a shitty year, and you know, a friend has like pretty much closed off, and it's kind of worrying stuff in the back of your brain. Anyways, let's continue. Well, the sea's frozen in a splash. Amazing. This area was Ard by the calamity. On top of the tidal wave, washing away big swaths of land. A piece of Dalamud came crashing down yonder. They say it caused aether to gush out of the land and crystallize all at once. At that time, I was with Miss Dorathea. She was my mother's friend, and she took me to a safe place. I was very little then. I didn't fully understand what was happening, but the calamity really was a frightful thing. Can't imagine how it was for father and mother. There's been some good stuff that's happened this year, but, you know, it's... I want to say it's been like 90% bad and awful this year, and only maybe 10% good. And so I fell in depression again, and of course, like, yeah, now more dental trauma happening, because when you're depressed and you don't take care of yourself as much as you should, things happen. Well now, if it ain't guessed, what brings ye to the torch? Like, it doesn't feel good to say, like, yeah, I had, like, a permanent tooth pulled and all that, so if I have to get a second one pulled, like, I'm gonna, like, feel like a mongoloid. That probably can't even say that. That's probably, like, considered a slur. Like, Trog. No, is Trogdolite a slur now, too? Like, whatever. We're gonna be, like, feeling like a fucking carny. I wish I could just, like, get all my teeth ripped out and replaced by, like, fake teeth. I know there's probably actually a number of people out there that do that anyways. I doubt celebrities even have their real teeth at this point. I'm sure, like, most of them have had them all ripped out and replaced by, like, fake teeth. Because, I don't know. Ozzy did that? Yeah. It's hard though, like, when you're American, because fucking everything is full of sugar. Everything is just... Our food is just made to rot your teeth. It's insane. Anyways. Ghosts stir in the rising. For all my years as a keeper, I've not seen nor heard about such things at any lighthouse I know. It's certainly the sort of place as children might leave haunted, though. Might be as someone mistook me or some laundry for a specter. So father and mother weren't ghosts after all. But I must say, it's a surprise to see Rato's little girl here. Your parents showed me the ropes when I was starting out as a keeper. They had charge of Leminian's ring yonder. Nowadays it's on a little isle, but there used to be a stretch of land connecting to it. A dangerous stretch it was, rife with nasty beasts. You needed to hire adventurers, and grizzled ones at that, just to deliver supplies. If you knew my parents, please tell me about them. They left me in Limsa Lominsa during the calamity and died in the tidal wave. Why did they go out there, even though it was so dangerous? What was going through their minds? I want to know. I was stationed elsewhere at this time, so I only read this in a report, but your folks did everything they could to protect let's ring. They built a breaker using anything and everything they had on hand, but in the end, there was no stopping such a monstrous wave. Countless souls went missing when it struck in the Maelstrom-mounted search and rescue operations. I joined in the effort, but I'm afraid they were never found. Know, though, that your folks didn't die in vain. By manning their lighthouse to the very end that day, they guided many vessels safely to shore and saved many lives. I see, they really were noble souls, like Miss Dorothea said. But if I could choose, I wish that they were still here. This is just a thought, but how'd you like to stay tonight and hear more about your folks? It'd only be the mundane, everyday things, but what I know, I'd be glad to share with you. I'd like that. I'd like that very much. It's been a hard year for a lot of people. We are living in strange and very sad times, unfortunately. Yeah, that we are, Mechanic Hat. But with all the fucking generative AI shit and scammers everywhere and people ruining every single hobby that I'm a part of, and everything I love basically falling apart, and everything costing 2 times, 3 times, even 4 times the amount. All the cool stores going out of business. Retro game collecting is dog shit and bad. Everything feels like it's falling apart this year. You don't have to deal with life alone, but yeah, it's... I don't know, I'm a lonely person. I don't have anyone or anything in real life, really, besides just immediate family. So, that's just about it. Good morning, Rickubus. Got up early to look at the lighthouse, but where my father and mother used to be. For the longest time, I had felt as though they abandoned me. I wanted to see them one more time so I could ask them why they had to go and tell them that I missed them. Were you disappointed there weren't any ghosts? Maybe a little. Still, I'm glad I could learn about my parents. It made me realize that I want to become someone who helps others. Like them and like you. So thank you for bringing me here. You know, all the way out there was just like a lighthouse. The entire time that this game has existed. And they took a little event like this to kind of give it some lore and flesh out the world building a little bit more. Unless that lore was in there in lore books or whatever, but I don't know. It's just kind of nice that they could take like a background drop and like give it some more lore like that, I guess. Thank you for so much for coming with me, both of you. You're very welcome, dearie. You can always come to me if you're needing anything. Just no more trying to sneak out, you hear? Well, I better get back to the orphanage. Hopefully Miss Dorothea won't be too mad at me. You'll be wanting to report to the minstrel, I expect, in which case, a comrade of mine tells me he's at the anchor yard. I'll see to it Archa gets home safely. Be sure to catch the special fireworks afterwards, eh? Be seeing you, Rickubus. Cat's over there. Usually for the anniversary events and all that, it's like basically a minion of one of the main story quest NPCs that were pretty important to the story. Really pretty dusk. I don't spend like $40 for a lore book. Ah, welcome back, my friend. Was young Archa able to find what she sought? Let me drink some water. Her true purpose was to see if the ghosts were her parents who were taken by the calamity. A tale is born when someone acts in the name of another. As there are so many tales out there, it is impossible for us to know every single one. Yet a tale may occasionally find its way to those who need it most, such as that or the lighthouse keepers whose courage and sacrifice have come to guide their child years after their passing. Thank you, Rickubus, not only for granting Archa's wish, but for providing me with inspiration as well. While we wait for the special fireworks to begin, they already begin. Might you tell me more about your excursion? Yes, it comes to me, a verse for all who strive onwards this day and every day. Here's the anniversary headache. Greetings, warrior of light.
It's me, Yoshi P, the director of the game.
He's got all the baby's first minions. This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream, a flight of fancy conjured by your wary mind? Perhaps or perhaps not. 'Tis a pleasure to meet you again. As I have in the past, I have beckoned you here that I might express my gratitude. For long years, we have walked together with you on this grand adventure. It is a never-ending journey, one that shall continue tomorrow, as surely as it does today, the most natural of things. Yeah, I won't be quitting the game. I'm not one of these, like I said at the very beginning of the stream, the people that mod this game that are very angry over the cease and desist of one of the most popular mods and everything. I like Final Fantasy XIV. I understand it's a very flawed game, but it's like my comfort game. Even if it's in rough shape, I still like it. I'm still somewhat invested in the story and the characters, and I kind of, you know, I want to write it out. I'm not one of these people that's like,
This MMO sucks. I need to go play another MMO right now.
It's like, no. I was a WoW player for so many years, and then that game went to complete shit, and Blizzard just became an awful company. So I found refuge in Final Fantasy XIV when I went back, because I played it during A Realm Reborn, but I returned during early Stormblood. Then I've been playing ever since. And yeah, I got used to it, and I like Final Fantasy now. And this is just like my MMO home. It's not a private Ragnarok Online server. I never really got too into MapleStory. Stuff like PSO was more of a Diablo-like, but, you know, those are fun to return to, but not live in. Final Fantasy XIV is kind of like a nice little meta world to kind of exist in, alongside like VR chat, I want to say. VR chat is how I do a lot of my socializing nowadays. Through voice, or sometimes even through text if I'm not feeling like using my voice too much. Yeah, Ragnarok Online was one of my favorite old MMOs. That is the first MMO. And it's one that I cherish a lot. Anyway, sorry for the tangent. It is never-ending journey, one that shall continue tomorrow, as it surely does today, the most natural of things. Along the way, I have endeavored to keep my gaze firmly fixed upon the future. Of late, however, I have been keenly reminded that we must occasionally look back upon the path we walk, that we might remember the lessons we learned. In the course of our adventures, it seems that I too have grown. Yeah, Square Enix is basically using Yoshi P as, they're parading him around as like the face of Final Fantasy right now, and, you know, making him develop Final Fantasy 16, and then also work on the ports of it, and then the DLCs, and he's got a lot on his fucking plate. He's got way too much, and I worry it strips too much of his attention away from Final Fantasy 14. And I kind of worry that affects the health and quality of Final Fantasy XIV, that Square Enix is kind of just spreading him so thin. To learn from success and failures both, and forge ahead with humility and sincerity. This is what I had resolved to do at Journey's beginning, and I resolved to do so anew. Nothing would please us more than continuing having you at our side on the road ahead. And I pray that, upon this journey of life, that we have the honor to share the light of the crystal shall ever shine. Now the time has come for this vision to end, time for your eyes to open from this waking dream. This world shall yet endure, and as we continue to make our way, I pray that we shall have occasion to meet again. Till that day, I wish you the happiest of journeys. Fare you well. Yeah, there's just some games that are more comfy to live in than others. You know, a little bit of escapist media. Enjoying it. Especially in how shit times are now. Having that escapism is nice. Some would probably say sad. But I mean, life right now for everyone, I want to say, is sad. I'm probably not really alone in that. If you got your shit together, if you're prideful and boastful that your entire life is doing amazing right now, I guess, like, congratulations, but I think the average person is just probably can't say the same. Like, I don't know. That's my cope, I guess, is just maybe it's not my fault that life feels so rough right now. Maybe it's just like an overall, like, the entire world feels like it's kind of collapsing, kind of is the fault of everything. Most happenings in our lives have no bearing on the fate of the world. Most happenings in our lives have no bearing on the fate of the world. More often than not, they go unobserved and unremarked. It's kind of like a depressing line to read after everything, but it is true. It is true. I mean, that's like kind of like how I feel like with streaming right now. I like streaming. I want to do it more often, but like I also have a desire to create things and do a good job, but I feel like I just haven't been doing a good job at all. Like I said earlier, too much has just been happening this year, and I've been so fucking depressed, and I haven't been motivated to do things. I had so many plans that like fell through, and I just didn't get around, and you know, at the end of the day, I'm not anyone important. I don't do anything amazing. I'm pretty mediocre at everything I do, so. I'm kind of like one of those unremarkable people that are just going to be forgotten to the sands of time, but at the same time, I think everyone will just be forgotten to the sands of time. Or, you know, whenever the sun explodes and kills everything and wipes out all existence, nothing will have mattered in the long run anyways, right? Right? But you, my friend, gather up so much forgotten tales and see them delivered. In doing so, you bring joy, and as a token of my gratitude, I dedicate to you this song, a song of journeys fulfilling. In gleaming gold the sun does rise, the boundless sky it calls. In silver pale of the path of men, a white and endless pall. So far away the guiding light, that you do now espy, but flames of their life they warmth impart, to comfort and inspire. Take heart, my friend, for here we stand, and so we shall remain. Your destination reach you shall, by memory's refrain. I have no doubt that you, Archa, and Oyoyo shall give rise to a great many more tales. Your tales, in particular, may be more varied than those of others. There may be times when you face great hardships. And the weight is more than you can bear. Fuck. In such a time, I bid you remember this, no matter how great your burdens. The tales that you have gathered shall ever be your strength. A beacon to light your way in the darkness. Just kind of like words that mean something, but it has nothing to do with like Final Fantasy making you emotional, but it's kind of correct about life and like what has been happening this year. The rising is an occasion to remember the past, while looking towards the future. Many take the road in solemn reflection, and should you have the time to spare, mayhap you would like to do the same. Here, I'm gonna go be right back and do a little bit of a break real quick so you guys could enjoy the fireworks for a bit. Alright, I'm back. I've been prone to getting a little too emotional on stream this year. I gotta, like, stop. Anyways, that was the Rising event. Oh, right as the fireworks stopped. You get the wind-up Gulul Jaja, which has nothing to do with it, but usually the story minions that we get from this tend not to, like, have really anything to do. They're just kind of there as here's, like, an important, like, little figure in the story. Happy anniversary. This is where we're kind of in the plot. We get the previous king of Tulial, the leader and everything. Little tiny two-headed lizard minion. They've done all kinds of, like, story characters in the past and everything. But yeah, the event art and everything too doesn't have anything to do with the event. They've been doing that all year though, where they just, instead of having random characters that aren't actually a part of the game in the event art, they've been using the main story quest characters more and major figures to kind of like represent the events. I kind of like it, but at the same time, I wish they would just kind of go back to not using the MSQ characters in the title cards, essentially, for the all the events in the game. I don't know. Because people feel cheated afterwards, because it's like, oh, well, Estinian didn't show up in this event at all. Oh, there was no, you know, there was no, there was no Alphanod or Alice. What were the other, like, minions? I'm forgetting which ones are, like, anniversary event. I know Grahatia was a event. Ardbart was one of the rising minions too, I think. Clockwork Solace was another one. Yeah, anyways, we're gonna go blast my ass off into space now. Who's that emoting at me? 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I was just curious. Crow, where are you? Greg, where the fuck are we right now? We're in the Loperitz area. You're like, what the fuck is a Loperit? This is a Loperit. Hey, you need a ride? We're on the moon after all. Message from the Cosmic Exploration Initiative. Searching Way here with an exciting announcement. We are now officially prepared for interstellar travel. Contributors who would have liked to visit another star should report to me forthwith. Yeah, this entire base here came from everyone contributing and building it up. Eventually, people kind of lost interest in it, and it was a very slow crawl to completion. Because the first part of this was very rough and very not properly balanced, so not a lot of people were a fan of it. But it went from a little camp here to like this, I guess, giant cool building. So, you know, there's sci-fi in Final Fantasy XIV. I say it all the time, Final Fantasy is a game series not just about magic and forest, but it's technology and it's magic. So this isn't really out of line for it. The time has come for the initiative's next great hop. Glad to see you, Rickubus. It's time we discuss the next stage of the initiative. Our contributors have seen to it that the Moongate Hub has everything it could possibly need, enabling us to focus our efforts on interstellar travel, and indeed we've made a celestial leap. Not only did the Galactic's Way unmanned test flights prove successful, so has her maiden voyage. At long last, we've set foot on the surface of an unexplored star. UL-96, and our scouting party has already... UL-96, 9-6? What a woefully clinical appellation. Where's the poetry, the creative flair? Why, that's precisely why I have called upon you. Naming way? Why not come and grant this new world a more florid epithet? Oh, once you see it from the window of our starship, you surely want not for inspiration. You would have me name the star itself? Then I cannot possibly refuse. I shall pour my heart and soul and at least one thesaurus into the making of this moniker. It will be my greatest work to date, or my name isn't naming way. As for you, Rickubus, I dare say this new camp would benefit greatly from your skills. Well, not just yours, naturally, as I foresee a tremendous need for an artisanal assistance on site. The invitation is open to as many contributors as can be convinced to make the trek. Once you've packed your necessities, meet us at the Cosmoport. Captain Cruisingway is expecting us. Yeah. The moon. We used to not be able to, like, mount up here. We can't fly, but at least, like, now we can speed things up. You used to, like, have to travel by foot, and it fucking sucks. It was so slow. But this, we were like, oh yeah, we're gonna get to explore space, and you know, we thought we would see more prettier shit, but this is so, this hurts the eye, it hurts my eyes looking at this. This is not, this was a really misfire. I don't complain about eye strain, but this particular hub, the moon itself is not very nice to look at for a long period of time. It is just, it is too bright, too much nothing, and nothing fun to look at. But now we get to go to another planet, so that doesn't matter. A pleasure to meet you, Rickubus. The name's Cruisingway, but you may call me whatever you like. Wink. Just say the word, love. I'll take you to the stars. Then I'll make it so. Hold on tight. These little bastards could basically just make anything they want to. They have these giant 3D printing robot tools that could produce anything they need, essentially. All passengers ready and willing. Routing engine output to anti-gravity thrusters. Prepare for liftoff. Aligning with stellar current, coordinates set for UL 9-6, Galactic Way, engage. Finally, a planet with some color on it. The moon was just a whole lot of nothing. It was so ugly and disappointing. But then again, it is the moon, so what did I expect? Aether reconstituted, disengaging Cosmo Hopper. I do hope you enjoyed the ride. Incredible. How novel. The topography disperses light in the manner of a glass prism. Prismatic, luminous. The star shall henceforth be known as Phaenna? Phaenna? I don't know. I'm not pronouncing that right. The Sea of Stars. Phaenna. I'm dumb as a sack of rocks, so... Welcome, friends, to Phaenna. Its surface is rich in silicon, which gives rise to its myriad of virtuous qualities. I'm told that there's some truly unique native flora to be found here, as well as a veritable font of mineral resources. And it's raining, of course, so we don't get to see. I arrived at like bad timing. That said, I advise you explore with caution. Though the rainbow crystal prevents the star's atmosphere from killing you in one fell stroke, 1,000 cuts will do so just as surely. There have been reports of ethereal condensation coagulating into a storm of glass shards, and Mother only knows what else waits within stabbing distance. Being caught in afternoon showers on Aetherius was bad enough. I feared my fur would never regain its fluff. Whatever was a star with such a hostile climate selected as our first destination? Excellent question, my friend. The answer lies in the capabilities of our valiant vessel, the Galactic Way. Way can only travel a limited distance, you see, and only along a stellar current's path. But where there exists a tasty carrot just out of reach, we Loperites will find a way to get our paws on it. Put another way, Phaenna is but a stepping stone. Utilizing a strategic location in conjunction with its bountiful resources, we can in time, expand our horizons by hops and bounds. Speaking of bountiful resources, your particular skills will be much in demand here, Rickubus. Refer to your exo tablet and aid in every capacity you can. And I shall assist by assigning thoughtful appellations to all that I encounter. A wordsmith's work is never done. It looks like our hub area is inside of a cave. This is the progress bar up top, as you can see. Not a whole lot of people active here, but maybe a whole lot of people just aren't excited about this content. Or maybe it's just too late, and maybe all the East Coasters went to bed, but... I remember the first piece of Cosmic Exploration, there's just like a ton of fucking people rafting and going crazy. Welcome to the Interplanetary Research Station. Let's see. Alright, yeah, I went ahead and like maxed out everything that I could. Basically here you just do a bunch of missions. And then you get experience, and then you level up your fancy, I don't know what they call them. Let's see. The music for this one is a lot more smoother and nice. It's like less actiony, like sci-fi, like dun, dun, dun. It's like that music wore me down so much. This music is a really nice change of pace. And now we have a 5th level of XP that we have to raise in order to meet the thresholds to level this shit up again. Yeah, much better music, for sure. There's something I want to do first, because I saved up my currency from the last one. Buy him immediately. Interstellar Dommel. New mount. Probably could have sold that for a couple million, but who gives a shit? Not me. Emergency transporter. Wait, am I talking, is it the mech ops guy that sends you to the... travel to the ground support zone? You can enter a pool, as long as you have a license to drive a thing. You have to, like, use a secondary currency to buy a license to drive a giant mech. It's hard during the first few weeks, but then you can pretty much guarantee it every time you get it. I just act as ground support and like run around and do whatever the shit, and then I get my little currency for doing it. I don't get to pilot the big mecha or anything. Yeah, the ground looks like an oil slick. This is like a really pretty planet. I like these things. These things are like really fucking cool. I like how they look. They're glowy, they're drippy, they're like tentacles. Okay, what am I supposed to do here? Okay, I gotta go like gather up the rubble and dust, I guess, with this vacuum. What Final Fantasy was this again? This was 3 or 4? Oh, 4. Okay, yeah. I'm not like the best at remembering the exacts. He's a fake Final Fantasy fan. I haven't played every single Final Fantasy, but like I've played more than enough to kind of know things, but not everything. Oh, I need to... Every so often, like once you max out while you're carrying, you gotta go touch that zone to drop it off. It's just a simple little fate. The mech drivers get a unique reward. I think sometimes they could just outright get one of the mounts for doing the fate as a pilot, but it's a very low chance. But they basically get a free ticket that's like, all right, you get a higher chance at spinning this
Let's go gambling.
Like, it's a little lottery wheel that they spin, and it can be a number of prizes. This is our method of transportation during cosmic explorations. They're like these railways that kind of quickly, quote-unquote, quickly get you to where you need to be. I found them like a very inconvenient and annoying to traverse, rather than just being able to fly. Hit R on my keyboard and Alt-Tab and go look at other things like what I'm doing right now while my character just automatically goes somewhere. I do this a lot. You know, saves on time and everything. If I'm multitasking, in which case I usually am multitasking because I'm stupid. Basically, it kind of works like, what are they called? Leaves, where you kind of go to an area on the map, you see what is nearby or where you have to go, then you activate it, and then gold star, have 8 minutes and 22 remaining. Wow, they really casualized this one, huh? It used to be such a like a tight timing, but no, this is actually the D class mission, so they're not anything that's intended to be hard. Still waiting for the next Nikkei X Final Fantasy XIV stream. I don't know when it's gonna happen. I don't know when it's gonna happen. I have blind spot of Final Fantasies before 7. I've played them, but not well enough. Yeah, I feel like it's one of those series that a lot of people miss out on. Like, not everyone has time to dedicate to so many RPGs. It's kind of a series you have to grow up with and play every installment and like dedicate your entire life to. Like how there's people that like Zelda and people that like Mario and people that, you know, multi-generational game series. Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy, Zelda. What are some other good examples of games that are still going and have been going for as long as the video game industry has just been alive? I'm not talking games that, you know, you had Crash Bandicoot and Spyro and then those died out pretty much as soon as the PS2 era hit. I'm talking like actual legacy series. Bubsy? I guess technically he's still alive. They're doing the fucking Bubsy 3D remaster and Bubsy 4D got revealed, which is just the engine for the dev's other game. It's, what do you call it? Demon's Turf, but like Bubsy skin. But Gathering isn't really that exciting or anything to like shake a stick at. It's this is basically an activity you do when you're multitasking with something else. Which I'll be hanging out here and doing that essentially over the course of the next few weeks until I've like depleted every collectible that you can get from this piece of content and go, alright, well, I'm all caught up. I don't really need to do this anymore. Oh, it's successful chain, so I'm doing this completely wrong. It's only giving me score based on how many gathering attempts I do in a row. Which I have I'm geared enough, and this is a low enough level quest that I have 100% chance to gather every time I strike the node. The Metroid series, yeah. Pretty much it's all just Nintendo stuff that is multi-generational. Sony, unfortunately, not a lot of what they do carries forward through the generations. They kind of gave up on a lot of their early stuff that could basically, you know, they gave up on Boku, they gave up on Parappa, they gave up on Apexcape. They could have had Crash, they could have had Spyro, but rights holders kind of interfered with that. They could have had more stuff like Medieval. They could have, I don't know, all their IPs are just so boring now. Wild Arms was one of them. Hello, Ziona. Oh yeah, Castlevania. Castlevania is just kind of fucking dead now. It's like a zombie series that they only make a shitty quote-unquote anime of, and then everyone pretends like it's still alive, even though that anime sucks ass. And so many people, oh, it's so good, you should watch it. And then I watch, I'm like, this is the most boring fucking trash I've ever seen. Are people's standards this low that this passes as good entertainment? Gather specified. Okay, this is just collect as much as you can, so I'm using the correct skills here. Rick has a soothing voice, so it makes me more relaxed. I don't know about that. This hasn't been a very soothing stream, I don't think. I could definitely feel my broken tooth like digging into my flesh every time I talk, and it is causing some discomfort. I hope I could get this fixed really soon. I kind of feel like I have like a giant open wound, and I'm just like, oh, well, I'll get this taken care of like a week from now. Watch all the dentists be like, nah, we could take you like a month from now, just put some ice on it. I'm like, this is something that kind of needs immediate attention, but yeah, I discovered it this morning. I was brushing my teeth and I was flossing, and then like I kind of got a decent look at my far back right molar, and I'm like, is that a hole? And I look at it like, yeah, no, like a big portion of the tooth is just missing. And like the previous few nights I was like, I had something like hard in my food, and I'm like, oh, it just must be something hard in my food, but no, it was fucking pieces of my tooth falling off. So I'm like, oh. I hate life. I hate living. I hate teeth. Fuck whoever made teeth. Teeth are the devil. I've made my excuse a million times, though. It's a fucking depression thing that it got to this state. So the year has sucked. Everything has sucked. I haven't been much of a streamer or a VTuber this year. But there's also a part of me that thinks like I'm not good enough at being a VTuber or a streamer. And I've gotten like really rusty. Like I'm not really keeping up with chat as I'm hyper focusing on the game. I haven't been playing many retro games this year, like at all. I can't really call myself a retro streamer anymore. It's exposed. I think there's probably still some enamel. Let me like doodle something real quick to... Well, actually, am I in the middle of a mission still? Yeah, I'm in the middle of a mission. I'll doodle it in a bit. Gonna hop off for now. If you ever want to hang out or chat, feel free to hit me up on Discord. I'll try to spawn like it. It's okay. It's... I don't know. I'm like very antisocial at the same time. Thank you for the offer. I suck at reaching out to people and wanting to hang out, and sometimes I just go quiet and don't really, I don't know. I suck at socializing as much as I complain that I'm lonely a lot of the time. Let me draw. Not gonna like be able to do a good artist depiction of what this tooth looks and feels like. Okay, I think this is like a good enough little... And I'll draw myself being sad real quick. My tablet fucking hates Microsoft Paint so much. Yeah, I could like be spending money, like not on my fucked up teeth, but like on stuff that would really help me out. I can't draw teeth for shit. How do I... And then this will be like the gum area. Alright, I'll put it up on the screen in just a second, so you guys like see what the fuck I'm talking about. Fill that right there real quick. Who's? Oh fuck, this canvas is huge. Wait a second. So I had to cuck you guys out of this like fucking awful thing that I drew. Oof. This is what it's like right now. Where did it fucking save? It's doing that thing where I save it and I know I saved it, but it's not fucking showing in the folder that I just opened up. There we go. Sorry. This is what the back of my tooth looks like right now. Yeah, it does like look sharp. Like just, it looks like a portion of its backside just fucking broke off. And yeah, it's kind of like jagged, so it feels like it's kind of like whenever I talk, that part that connects the top and bottom of your mouth kind of like rubs against the sharper edge of it. Is the pulp of the tooth exposed? Like, I don't think so. I'm not sure. It's really hard to see because it's in the back of my mouth and everything. But I don't know. I'm hoping it's like just something a crown will fix. If not, I'm probably gonna have to get it ripped out of my mouth. I don't know. Enough of that. Give me a pilot application. I'll apply to be a pilot. TMI, too much like personal information, I guess. Yeah, Rick's health fucking sucks ass because he's depressed all the time and doesn't take care of himself. Yeah. Like I said, I'm never gonna probably have a relationship or anything, so it doesn't fucking matter. I'll probably die alone, so. Like, if the pulp is exposed, would it be hurting? Would it be painful? Because it's just some, like, mild discomfort, but nothing... Ooh, I get to actually pilot. I would love to get it treated ASAP, but I don't want to, you know, pay thousands of dollars. Yeah, it's like the teeth grinding, I think, that I grind my teeth in my sleep. That's what my dentist has like been telling me, like, yeah, it looks like it's teeth grinding when you sleep. I get to pilot the mecha. Oh, this one just has us vacuuming. We don't, like, shoot giant lasers and drills into rocks or anything. They made it so unexciting to pilot a robot. What the hell? The other one, extractor beam. Let's see. It really sucked to see this content die immediately, but the game isn't in its best health at the moment, so I don't expect this to be like the content that brings everyone back, especially after all the drama that's been happening with Final Fantasy XIV. So people are pissed off. Some people are justified in being pissed off. Other people are just kind of like, well, you're kind of the ones that forced the hand in the first place that did this. I don't know. I'm talking like a lot of mad shit. This has been a really weird stream.
Let's go gambling.
Yeah, I need to get inspected. Let me just Google it, I guess. Exposed pulp. Is it painful? Exposed pulp can cause severe and constant tooth pain. This pain may be triggered or exacerbated by hot and cold drinks, sweet foods, or even touching. I don't think the pulp then, it's not constant pain, and any pain that there is very minimal. I could function just fine, I just know that there's something wrong in my mouth. And something feels a little bit off about it too. That just means I gotta be way on top of brushing it and making sure that I'm not like dumping soda directly on it and stuff, you know? Like, ugh. I'm a little bit of a hypochondriac. I worry about things so much. I think the first time I noticed like what could have been a chipping was like 2 or 3 days ago. I had to like pull back the part of my gum line to be able to see that there was even a hole there in the first place. I'm like, what the fuck? Because that usually like covers up that area. I'm like, oh shit. Draw a big bang fortune. Let's go with this one. Doubt I'll get it. The warp loader key. That's a mount. This is like the incentive to do this fucking content is you get to spin the gambling wheel. Oh. Metallic ruby red dye. Let's go out here and do these ones. I'm not gonna like bore you guys too much on stream with this like fucking, I want to say nothing burger content. Like this isn't something that you're gonna watch and go, oh my god, I need to play Final Fantasy XIV right fucking now. It's like, it's kind of, like I said, this is brain off activities. It's not really exciting to watch, but I just wanted to showcase it since it just came out today and I'm doing the stream today. I'm like, why not? Usually you'd see a lot of content that you don't even get to see in the trailers and all that for when I do the major patch streams. And you're like, wait, that never happened. They never went to the moon or anything, because like, yeah, that's just not content I ever got to share or show off because it came out much later in the patch cycle. Usually it takes about like a month or whatever for them to push out the next bit of it. It was like, what, the beginning of August that they released patch 7.3. Right? And so now, like nearly a month later, here's the next piece of big content. It's kind of nice because it paces it, and you don't have to immediately rush like a whole bunch of different things. I always hated that with WoW, where they dumped all kinds of major pieces of content all at once, and you're just like, oh god, what do I do? What do I prioritize? Each micro patch kind of like gives a dedicated time period that you could kind of just enjoy the content to its fullest, and then kind of get caught up in it and accomplish what you need to do. but WoW always felt like an uphill battle. Just too many things that you can be doing that you feel like you're losing out on time. Let's go explore the planet a little bit. Take in the sights. Hello, Dubious. Hello, everyone else that I've also forgotten to greet. Please understand, I'm like fucking stressed out and not in a good mental space lately. So I'm all kinds of just fucked up mentally. We're just on a giant rock planet. The soda lime float. I want to go over there. Naming way is just like naming this stuff after food sometimes. Here's the active volcano area. Though this is just like pretty much, you only look at this. But hopefully tomorrow I could like get something sorted out about the tooth and see if it needs immediate care. Thing is, I don't want to break my bank over it. It's like, ugh, but I'm probably gonna have to. This is why I never like buy anything nice for myself, is because I always save up for emergency shit like when this happens. I could have a nice, decent VR headset. I could have a brand new tablet. I could have a brand new gamer PC, a new oh hey, Ematron, thank you for the raid. Let me give you a little shout out. Ah, fuck. Did that thing where it logged me out of my OBS. Do it on my phone instead. So sorry if I get depressed over the next few weeks and probably disappear. As I usually do. God damn it. It closed me out of my stream manager, and that was like a pain in the ass. I just had to like reopen it and everything. There's so many things that would be nice to be able to afford and buy. Did the shout out work? Okay, I think it did. But yeah, I hope it was a nice stream. If you need to go take care of yourself, please. Please go get rest, go get dinner. It's probably late for you. I'm just lamenting about current bullshit in life that is affecting me. Whoa. Too bad I can't go down there, but look at that big chasm down there. It's like a giant oil slick. Are there any missions out here? Oh, here's one. 2 a.m. your time, yeah, go get some bed. You don't need to be watching me do this. This is not really anything too exciting. Wait. Achieve the target score in a time. A successful change. Chains, god damn it. Gotta be using that skill instead to restore some of my chain. Sometimes that could chain and give you a free restore. So you could keep the chain going even longer. Yeah, there's different missions. They give different kinds of XP. Some are easier than others. Then there's usually a little daily thing that earns you passive currency, and then missions that give you even more currency. So you can make it even faster to get some of the rewards if you so desire. Or you could just grind it out slowly. Do it however you want to do it. It's like pretty casual content. It's crafting content. It's gathering content. The sleeping schedule is all broken. Yeah, same with mine, kind of. After you finish a mission, they're so nice to make your gathering points restore. It used to not be like that. It was a nightmare. You'd have to go from a node and then wait for all your gathering points to recover, and it would waste so much time. There'd be so much dead air between doing missions, but now this kind of speeds up the process. It's actually really nice. And this time around, just the music is so much nicer to listen to. This is something I've always liked about Final Fantasy XIV, is they take all kinds of different genres of music and work it into the game somehow. Genres you wouldn't expect to hear in an MMO or a Final Fantasy game at all. It's got a very nice and diverse soundtrack. This is within the time limit. The timing windows for them used to be really tight. I don't know, did they casualify it so much that it's impossible to fail? You used to have to be able to use cordials or restore gathering points just to be able to meet the gold rank for a lot of missions. But they probably made it easier and less reliant on that. They give you enough time. Got another one of those happening. I always try and go for a gold rank, because it gives you the most, and you always should go for a gold rank if you can. I don't have enough for a pilot. You need like 1,000 of the Phaenaa credits in order to buy a pilot license, and if you do get the it doesn't use it if you don't get the pilot it, but if you do get the pilot it uses it, and then it gives you like one of those things like you can spin the wheel. Otherwise you have to like pay Phaenaa credits to spin the wheel, but the special ticket you get has a higher chance of having better items on it, and just outright using the currency to spin the wheel gives you worser chances at getting some of the stuff. Kinda got like it's like a Gundam captain outfit or something. Sci-fi captain. You know, people are using Mare, they wouldn't have to do this content to get this outfit. They could just put it on them if they so wished, but then again, they weren't even making their characters look like they were anything belonging to the game, so they would completely forego that. They didn't even need to. They just wanted to be some iMove looking rejects. I'd just like run there on foot. My major complaint about the first part of this content was that there was only 2 mech operations and they became very repetitive. There wasn't enough mech operatives to kind of keep it a little bit varied. It would just cycle between the 2, and that looks like it's gonna be the case again here. Which is unfortunate, You have such a giant world map, and just a lot of it doesn't get used for these operations. Just suck up the dust. Yeah, doing these is just a good way to get some credits, and I think it gives you a boost in XP gains when you do them, when you assist in them. So it's always worth doing it, just so like your missions give you even more XP for your tool. I know a lot of like what I say probably sounds like madman rambling. It doesn't make any sense to like people that don't play the game, and I'm really like bad at explaining things. Well, Final Fantasy XIV is a very acquired taste kind of MMO. Once you kind of understand it, you understand it, but if you don't understand it and you get overwhelmed very easy, it's really difficult for an outsider to try and understand the logic and rules of this game. MMOs are always like an investment and a learning process. But a lot of games that I played growing up were kind of functioned like that. You would get a brand new game and you would have to learn all that game's rules and logic and play it correctly, you know? So, I don't know, maybe that's why I have an easier time than other people when it comes to kind of picking stuff up and quickly understanding. I don't know. To kind of keep track of the things that we have done, as you can see, there's like little indications that, oh, this mission was done. Am I running on foot? We have mounts in here now. We used to not be able to mount up. It's nice that they gave us our mounts to make it a little bit more faster. All these holograms are top contributors for a week. But I don't care about shit like that. I don't think anyone honestly cares. It's such a lame reward. Like, ooh, your character gets like, they get a hologram for a week. Like, yeah, whatever. I think there's a little board you could check that gives you their name and all that, but people play MMOs very selfishly. They don't really care about other people's achievements anymore, so it's kind of... At least I don't care about other people's achievements. No one ever cares about any of my achievements in these games, so like I don't really care about theirs. The way MMOs and their communities have changed over the years have really strayed away from that social element. You don't really see people with hard to get armor anymore and go like, oh my god, they're wearing the tier 2 from Blackwing Lair, a full set of it. Oh my god, that's so cool. Like, no. A lot of these games give you the ability to steamroll over armor sets and just, you know, I have my little apron on. I could have the most amazing top-of-the-line gear, but I would just, like, ride over it and just look like I belong in a kitchen. Hello, Clover. Top contributors, how? Money-wise? No, just like doing missions and crafting stuff and turning things in so we could build up the base and everything. There's like gonna be multiple stages to this base, and it's gonna grow every time, and then there's like a special fate that happens that everyone, like pretty much the entire server has to dogpile in and help it along to progress. And our reward is an increasingly evolving base, and basically all the other realms and servers out there are kind of competing in a race to see who could finish theirs first. It's not really that exciting. It's not really that exciting, honestly. World first races, I don't really like care about those in MMOs. I play on like Crystal Data Center, so we got all the role players, and now like a massive amount of those have just left because they're just using the ERP mods anyways. So we're gonna be like dead last and not really progress as fast as, say, Aether Data Center, where all the people that actually play the game live. You know, servers like Cactar and Gilgamesh. No, Balmung isn't what it used to be. Balmung is a very... It used to be one of the greatest servers to be on, and now it's just kind of like, whatever. But I have a house here, so I can't move off of this server. But, whatever. It's akin to basically living in a really nice town, but everyone moves away to the city. And you're kind of like left behind in an empty town now that used to be a really nice town. That's kind of like what it feels like to play on Balmung still. Oh, Shrimps 24/7, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Been a long time fan. I was so worried when the shrimps weren't around for the longest time, and then suddenly one day I saw the shrimps came back, and I'm like, hell yeah, they're back. Oh, thank you. I'm just like running around and wait, am I on top of a... Yeah, I am on top of a mission right here. Yeah, thank you. I try to make all my VTuber stuff, my assets, my backgrounds, all of it is stuff I've made myself. Like 99% of it is self-made. This is gather collectibles and get the achieve score. I usually like to play a lot of more interesting games, games that people didn't hear about, cult classics, retro stuff. But today I'm just like doing it is a Final Fantasy 14 event, and some new content just dropped today, so I'm checking it out on stream. Nothing too exciting here. Thank you. Sometimes I worry my sense of colors are always too saturated. I think it's like something someone said a long time ago. Like, oh, your colors are a little bit too bright, and I'm like, are they? I mean, we're in the 16:9 game screen, so this is usually when I'm at my most laziest. But I have other scenes too. Let me mute the game real quick. Like, here we got the living room where I usually hang out. We got the front porch, not lined up properly for the proper size. We got the car, illusion breaking. We got the beach. I got all kinds of stuff that I do, and yeah, it's, you know, I set everything up and do a lot of art for streams, even though I don't get to utilize it as much. And I always like worry whenever people drop by and they just see the 16:9 screen. They're just like, oh, this presentation is plain. I don't know. I'm pretty hard on myself. Vtubing is a really cool thing. And me being an artist, I've always wanted to find a way to stream and play video games. Like, video games and art were always my two major things, and VTubing kind of gave me a way to combine both hobbies. And yeah, that's why I always try and like put my all into it. I don't like these collectability missions. They're pretty tough. They take longer than the other ones, so they're not really optimal to farm these ones. Thank you. Who else is following now? Sorry. Oh, X-Shrimps. Oh, that's your VTuber streamer account too. Thank you. I'm a little bit of a... I don't stream as much as I would like to, and I haven't been streaming as much as I would like to this year, unfortunately, because life stuff has gotten in the way, and I just haven't been feeling the best this year about a lot of things. Today's been a really weird stream, but it's been a nice time and a nice stream regardless. I'm like zoning out. I left the area where it was. Wait, what's this achievement? The target score successful chains. Okay. Yeah, big fan of the shrimps. And this is chains, so turn off quick gathering. And ageless words, didn't get the proc of wise to the world. Another gather, ageless words, got the proc of wise to the world, and then that restores the chain, even more chain. One more ageless words. And it procced wise to the world again. And just like that one node, we got everything. Sorry, I'm opening so many random windows. I'm really scatterbrained right now. Always good to not burn yourself out. Yeah. Sometimes I feel bad that I can't always stream every single day for like 8 hours like some people do. I'm like, oh, maybe 1 or 2 streams a week. Two if I'm lucky. Sometimes I have a good excuse to stream. Others I don't. Sometimes you're just not feeling up for it, and sometimes stuff in life is just happening, and you don't really get to do what you want to do, or you just don't feel up to it. I don't know. This is instances of Gatherer's Boon. So I have to get my special proc, which is this 63%. So I should be using something else instead. So I should be using what is it, Pioneer's Gift, and that increases my odds of getting my Gatherer's Boon. Then every successful one applies to the score. This content is basically to teach you all the nuances of gathering and crafting and how to maximize your skills and how to apply them. Let's turn off that, and then I'll use an Ageless Words to increase my combo, proc Wise to the World. 2 more on the node. Do it one more time. This is... Oh, this is just an easy one. It's just like rush to get it. I need 8 minutes and 22 seconds remaining on the clock. This one's my favorite one to get because it's literally just speedrun the gathering. Once you get it, you're like, yeah, instantly done. When you're trying to do the little daily things, it's what I usually do is I wait for the mech operatives to happen. I do one of those, and then I do one mission, and then I get my daily allowance from this content. Like if I don't necessarily want to farm it hardcore. And that's how I got, where is it? This guy right here. I hit the cap of the currency last patch and just saved it just in case they would use the same currency, and it did. So I was able to buy this guy on day 1 of the patch. It's a cool little space giraffe. I don't know. Yeah, this is just, you know, the kind of content that you turn your brain off and do. If I were a better streamer, I would essentially be able to just like do this content for 10 hours and talk and say whatever brain rot comes to my mind and socialize with people. But I don't think that would technically be a PC. My PC like really... Something like just activated my PC, like made it lag. Scary. Maybe it's like getting warm. I don't know. I could do some like crazy stuff. Like I've been messing around in Unity trying to make different avatars for VR chat. And I could have Final Fantasy XIV running, I could have VR chat running, and I could have Unity running. My PC's decent, it's just the fans get loud sometimes. It's insane how much things I can run on this PC, but it's something I built back in 2018. So I know it's definitely... It's still running off a fucking 2070 GeForce 2070, so a graphics card update would probably be nice. But hey, things cost money and things are really expensive, and so I kind of worry that when my PC dies, I'm just gonna be without a PC for a while. Maybe that'll be healthier for my brain though, but I don't know. It's hard to imagine life without a PC. I've always been someone that has used his PC like every single day. For games, for socializing, for art, all my like... It's hard to just... I don't know. So this is like the non-mech operation of this, is I'm gonna... Okay. Got my crow on my head. Forgot. This is the Final Fantasy IV airship, I think. I just always like kind of worry that what I'm doing has to be worth people's time, because there's a lot of streamers out there. If someone's gonna be watching my stream, I want it to kind of like make it worth their time, is what I always tell myself. Silva, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the raid. How you doing, Ben? Let me do a shout out. The dude on my phone, fucking OBS logs me out all the time. There we go. Sorry about how long it takes me to do things sometimes. I wish OBS and Stream Elements wouldn't be doing this thing so often where it disconnects. My Twitch, I log into it all the time, and it logs me out for some reason. Then like I go to do it on my PC, no problem. I hate doing everything on my phone. It's so hard to manage things on a phone, even if the screen is really big on the phone. It's managing stuff is always hard. That's one of the things I'm really bad at with streaming, is managing everything. What was I saying? I want it to be worth people's time when they watch me, typically. And if I feel like I'm not doing anything like really exciting, or I guess maybe educational, or showing off a cool video game, or showing off my skills at a video game, it's kind of like, I don't know. Is it a stream worth watching? And is it a stream worth archiving? That's typically like whenever I put anything over on YouTube, I try and like, is this a stream that feels like it should have been preserved, or is this a stream that is left to turn to dust? Like, unfortunately, the Nikke and Final Fantasy double slop feature streams, those ones are lost, but those ones are ones people apparently liked a lot for some reason. Yeah, thank you for the raid. If you need to like go take care of any post-stream stuff, please feel free to. No need to stick around. I know you're a Final Fantasy XIV player as well. You're probably not far along in the plot. This isn't really anything too, I want to say spoilery, but it's probably very shocking to see something like this that you've probably not seen in the game before. Because it's a very different game in the end game than it is like when you first start out. I had a little server hiccup right there. Stream's doing okay. We're nearly at 3 hours though. So I'll probably be ending pretty soon. I wish I could go longer. Those ones are a bit tough because it's like collect multiple items and then also reach enough for the gold star requirements. Sometimes there's limited nodes and they have like collect multiples, so you have to kind of budget it and say, all right. Let's see. I've only played up to the end of the very first part of Final Fantasy XIV, but I have seen friends do little things in the end game. Okay, so maybe it's not too shocking then that, like, I'm in space right now on a different planet, gathering stuff. Cosmo Credit Exchange. Should I buy... Oh, I should... These are all the new items. Like, anytime there's a new patch and you're in a store, you could just, like, click on this and it shows only recently added, so you know what you still need. There's a Framer's Kit, two Triple Triad cards, eyewear, and an Orchestrion roll. And then there's the glamour, which I usually save the glamours for last. Nothing here is like super urgent to buy. Now I'll hold off on buying. Maybe I'll get the glamour first, because the glamour is really nice. I still don't have enough to buy a pilot's license though. All those B-class missions, they kind of cycle out. They're random. Like, once you complete one, it might put another one, so... It's just a part of the grind here. And how am I doing on the XP? Nearly hitting the cap for that, and then I'll have to, like, go try and get level 5 XP. But I'll do that, like, off-stream. They also added this step for the next relic weapons, which is this thing right here. I have to basically do duty roulettes every day to get like 10,000 points in like each of these. So I got high level dungeons, alliance raids, normal raids, and trials. So that's a pretty... I have to invest at least like 10 days probably worth of content. Maybe a little bit more to get my next step on my relic weapon. I've never been a fan of the light grinds in any of these, but some people like the light grinds, and I think those people are kind of insane. Nothing will ever be as bad as the A Realm Reborn relic. That stuff is like smashing your own dick with a hammer. Like, bad. Levels of bad. Every other relic weapon after that was a little bit more easier to get. And I've done every single expansion's relic weapon, so I can say that. I can say that. It's like smashing your dick with a hammer. Well, not that I would know what it's like to smash your dick with a hammer. Sorry for being vulgar. That's just the kind of streamer I am. Sometimes I'm just very vulgar, very gross. Yeah, a light grind is essentially just run content over and over and over and over and over again, like 20, 30, 40, maybe even 50 times. In the past, the light grinds wouldn't even, like, I don't think, tell you how much... They wouldn't give you a number. They were very vague. So at least now we have, like, an approximation of, like, a 0 out of 10,000 for each of the light grinds that we need to do for the next step of the relic weapon. And the relic weapons are typically, like, the best weapons of an expansion by the end of the expansion. And they got something like a really cool look to them. Like, can I change my class in here? I'm pretty sure I can. Like, this is a relic weapon right here. Like, look at how cool that is. It looks like a normal bow, and then it, like, gets, like, the giant... This is still, like, my favorite relic weapon ever. This is from Heaven's Ward for the Bard. Which Bard used to be my old main class. I got some other weapons in here. This one isn't, like, as fancy or flashy. This was, like, from Endwalker, the Mandervillian weapon. Did I have any others? Sorry, I'm gonna be naked for this one, but, yeah, I wasn't really too much of a fan of these ones. But they're kind of cool, but I'm not really too into the sci-fi looking one. I like the color phasing and the effect on it, but these weapons are kind of like a little bit of a letdown in the way that they were designed. Can I access my Chocobo? Yeah, I can. This is the White Mage from Shadowbringers, where it gets like these little animated butterflies, and then like this vine around it appears, and it gets like this healing glow to it. What was this one? Oh, this was like a machinist, one of their guns, but it's a not always like the best. This is the Bards for the... Wait, no. I forgot I glamored over it. Whoops. I don't know. Some of the relic weapons are really hit or miss with how they look by the end of an expansion. You never know which is going to be the coolest looking one. Sometimes they're really lame, sometimes they're really cool. I should stop being naked. Where do I go now? Still got a mission in this area. This is collectability. Damn, didn't hit the best ranking. I think I like wasted some of my GP, which wasn't wise. Okay, that's worth 40 points, so boosted myself up. Reminds me of the Gore Magala weapons in Monster Hunter. Yeah, it's kind of like that appeal, I guess. Each expansion kind of like has its unique brand and special effects on the relic weapons. I think in A Realm Reborn, it was just kind of... They were all very unique, but I think following expansions all kind of had a specific flavor of what their relic weapons would look like. They all had like a shared design philosophy. Maybe Heavensward was a little bit different, though. Heavensward had like the most over-the-top relic weapons, which I think that's what makes them the best ones anyways, because they're the most flashiest. And when you're playing an MMO, it's all about like a giant flashy weapon. You gotta get the particle effects, you gotta get the glowing. Oh, one more mission spawned here. Carnival Grass. This is achieve the target score within the time limit. Chains and instances of gathering boon will be scored. Okay, it's easier if I just do it through gathering chains, because it's already a pretty high gatherer's boon chance. Okay, so got nearly most of it done off of one node. Sometimes you just have to go into manual mode instead of auto-gathering. There we go. It's shuffling all the missions around. You can see there's like ones that I didn't have last time that I still need to do. And there's like a mission log and everything that keeps track of all these missions. And it's a part of the stellar success, you know, doing these and getting a big payout of, say, XP or whatever. I have time. Don't always have to show up to the operatives very early. Oh yeah, there's gonna be a new Monster Hunter crossover in Final Fantasy XIV. I don't know if they gave us a time frame at which it's gonna happen, but for Monster Hunter Wilds, it's gonna be Wilds theme. I think we're gonna fight the cover monster for Monster Hunter Wilds. And we're gonna get like one of those little chicken mounts. I don't know what they are, but they look like raptor chickens or something. We already had one Monster Hunter crossover. and you could get a Rathalos mount from it. So I got my Rathalos. There is some inspired armor. There was a Poogie minion, a Calico minion, and I think that's about it. The fight was cool because they tried to make it function as close as they could to a Monster Hunter fight, where the Rathalos wouldn't target people based off of aggro and threat. They would just it would randomly target people and just do telegraphed attacks. And if you saw it raising its tail, it's like, oh, get away from behind it. If you saw it like going up, it's like it's gonna breathe fire straight forward, or like if you can see it kicking dust, it's gonna run forward. They tried to like make it like a actual Monster Hunter fight within the engine of Final Fantasy XIV, which was like, it's a cool gimmick at the time. I think nowadays you can just solo it, so it's pretty easy to get the Rathalos. Or at least you could unsync it, so maybe not solo. I'm not sure. Maybe it is easy. I'm not sure. I haven't done it. Like I had to do it when you had to have a party of 4, and you couldn't unsync it even if it was like the next expansion. They wanted it to retain its value, but at some point they just said, nah, fuck it, let people unsync it. So it became easier just to get the Rathalos anyways, but I guess that's how it should be, since it is a crossover item, and it is like a iconic monster. It's cool to have as a mount. Sadly, my tooth is kind of feeling a little sore from all the talking. Which is probably not a good sign. Every time I open my jaw, you know, that's like scraping against the inside of my cheek. They at least made these actions and these fates a lot more faster than they were in the last one. So they took all the constructive criticism people had about the first part of Cosmic Exploration, and they kind of sped it up and made it better and feel good. I'll have to like go back and do some of the older ones and see like how they changed those to hopefully feel better and not as bad. Sorry to fucking keep bringing stuff up, but like I mentioned, I'm like a hypochondriac. I'm worried, and nothing sucks more than knowing there's like something wrong with you, and something that like you don't know what the outcome of it is going to be. I don't know, like, are they just gonna say, oh no, this tooth is unsalvageable, we have to rip it out of your mouth completely? Or if they're gonna say, oh yeah, we could just like put a crown on top of it. So like that's my biggest worry right now, is like I don't know how severe it is. There's very few times in my life that I've just been like, man, I just like want to fucking kill myself right now, but like pretty much all those times that I've felt like that is just immediately after a really bad dentist appointment. Fucking dentists aren't cheap, and mouth trauma sucks ass. Dental trauma sucks ass. So yeah, I'm kind of like at this point where I'm a little bit burnt out now, running around in circles, so. I feel like normal people could like be going through what I'm going through right now and not even think about it. They'd go like 2 or 3 weeks and then get it checked out or something. Like, I'm like, okay, when am I going to be able to get this checked out? Like, I need to get it checked out immediately, but like, I don't know. I'm like fucking... Ugh. Yeah, no. Like, if you weren't here earlier, artist rendition of what my back molar looks like right now. Kind of, you know, digging into my cheek flesh. There's just like a giant missing part of the goddamn tooth right there. Maybe it was a cavity filling that just kind of popped out. Who knows? Like, I don't know. Like, it could have just been an old filling that fell out, maybe. And maybe I'm like, it's not as bad. I want to hope it's like not as bad. I want to hope I go to the dentist and sit down and they're like, yeah, nah, this is fine. Don't worry about it. You're worrying too much about things. Anyways, we're done with Final Fantasy XIV for tonight. Your doctor wanted to break your jaw and piece it back together. That was a no. Yeah, that sounds scary. Medical stuff is always scary. It's hard to stay in good health. In the modern world, it's really good to stay in good health. A surprising amount of people at least showed up for today's stream, so thank you for that. Like, I expected to be alone the entire night with a Final Fantasy stream. And I know it's been nothing but Final Fantasy XIV for a while now, and I'm like sorry that I haven't gotten like any interesting games to showcase. Like, there's a lot of summer games I want to do. I wanted to play FFXIV, but then like for some reason in the emulator, like if you were here for the 8.8 stream, you saw like I had a bunch of technical issues with my controller for some reason, which it would just do random inputs, and like I tried so much to fix FFXIV, and I just don't think my current controller likes it at all, so I'll have to probably ask my brother to borrow his PS4 controller or something and see if that fixes the issue. But maybe next year for summer we'll do FFXIV. I really want to play through the entire FFXIV series. And then there's a lot of other games that I wanted to revisit as well. I want to do a Mr. Mosquito and a Doshin the Giant revisit, but I didn't get around to that at all either. So I feel really bad that I squandered a lot of this summer. It's been hot as hell. Life is miserable, so I'm sorry for, you know, being like this and not being able to be the best streamer that I can be. It sucks. I have a lot of anxiety, and I'm like, man, I could be like. Sometimes I just don't feel like it. I just don't feel like streaming. I'm not a part of this entire race out there that everyone else is a part of, I feel. Because I didn't stand a chance in the race at all. From the very start, I'm just some dude that likes Scrimblow games or whatever. I'm not talented enough to be a big streamer or a really good streamer or anything. I'm just like a goofy fucking middle-aged man playing Scrimblow games that doesn't really talk to a whole lot of people, so you can tell I'm really socially awkward and I don't know how to converse that well with people. I don't know. Just, yeah, if you were here earlier, you know what I've been going through this year. The thing that kind of like put me into a severe depression and all that. I'm not gonna repeat what it was, but yeah. there's a lot more to it that I can't talk about. But it did just like mentally fuck with me a lot this year, and it made me not feel good or happy about like anything. And it really demotivated me. And so that's why, you know, truthfully, there's just hasn't been a whole lot of streams this year. And I've just been depressed all year because of stuff like that. Like, it's hard. There's so much stuff I wish I could say, but I have to leave it vague. So it's heavy stuff to deal with. It's depression, and I don't know. Hopefully stuff heals in time. Just give it enough time, and most depression hopefully heals. Hopefully. Yeah. Thank you for watching this small streamer, this really weird little scrimblow, this odd fellow who's maybe a little bit too open about having a fucking hole in his tooth as he's streaming. Thank you, Ema. Thank you, Ven, for today's raids. Thank you for the follows, Shrimp. And anything else that happened today. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for lurking. I don't know when the next stream will be, when I'll feel like streaming. We'll see. I gotta get this tooth thing taken care of because it's not good to be talking for a long period of time with this thing scratching the inside of my cheek. So yeah, that's kind of unpleasant. Yeah, thanks for dropping by. Thanks for lurking. Thanks for watching. Hopefully next time I'll be in higher spirits and hopefully not a depressed wreck that wants to kill himself. Fucking hell. Brush your teeth, take care of yourself. Even if you're feeling depressed as fuck, please. Please fucking take care of yourself. Don't be a depressed piece of shit like I am. Take care of yourself. The part that hurts the most is that I'm just wasting money if I have to pay out of pocket for everything, and if I can't find good coverage for this. Because like I said, PC upgrades, tablet upgrades, VR upgrades, it would all be way better than just having a fucking shitty ass mouth of fucking shitty teeth. Luckily it's not painful yet, it's just very lightly irritating. Let me see who is online that I can even like send you guys over to. Hopefully there's like someone good tonight that I can raid you guys into. It's been a while since I got into raid Mobile Suit Grundle, so I'll send you guys over to Mobile Suit Grundle. Thanks for watching, thanks for lurking. If you're following the social medias, accounts, even though I don't use them too much, if you're in the Discord, thanks for having joined the Discord. I'm sorry I'm like really rusty, and I'm just very mentally tired right now. You could probably definitely tell that I'm definitely very off this stream. All that training I did, all the 3 years of streaming to like become better at talking, kind of feels like it really disappeared this year. It kind of like just up and vanished, and I kind of like went back to being a weird social bumblefuck. Yeah, thanks for all the support. Thanks for following the YouTube and Twitch and everything. I do appreciate the support, even though it's like sometimes I complain a lot about how it feels like growth is non-existent, because it does suck to feel like you're stagnating, because I come from an early era of the internet where, you know, you'd get new followers every day, and now it's like, sometimes it feels like you get new followers every once a month, like, maybe 1 or 2 new followers. It's kind of... Modern internet has made a lot of people exhausted and tired of socializing, and I kind of hate how that's where we are now. Is it feels like people just don't want to socialize anymore. They want to be more avoidant. So yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys in the future at some point. Don't worry, I'll still be alive. I'm the kind of person that worries too much until something gets taken care of. So once the tooth is taken care of, you know, I might be in pain and all that, but I'll be better, like, once it's fixed and out of the way and done with. But yeah, anyways, thank you everyone. See you next time, whenever that is, for whatever it is. And yeah, thanks for bearing with me, and thanks for putting up with how infrequent the streams have been. But yeah, thank you, and have a good night. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, bye bye.